Hi boys and girls, welcome to Everyday Math Lesson Unit 10 Review. The materials that you'll need: notebook paper, your pencil, and your math journal. Let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is go over our math boxes from the previous lesson. So if you can turn to page 261. If you're noticing that you have any wrong, please fix those with your pencil and eraser. For question number 1, you just needed to choose one shape. I put a few different examples. But choose a shape from your pattern block template that has at least 2 lines of symmetry. Trace the shape and draw the line of symmetry. So you can see I first picked a square, and a square has actually 4 lines of symmetry. So I drew my 4 lines for my square. I picked a rhombus, which has 2 lines of symmetry, and I also picked a hexagon, which has 6 lines of symmetry. Now there's other possible answers, and again, you just needed to pick one and then find the lines of symmetry in the one that you picked. For question number 2, you needed to circle 3/12 of the dots. So I'm going to grab my circle and I'm going to circle 3/12 of my dots. And then looking at the next question, it says, what fraction of the dots is not circled? And the answer, I should have had 9/12. I can see 9/12 are not circled. Now another name for 9/12 is 3/4. Because if you can see, I have 3 of my groups out of a total 4 that are not circled. And so that's what I chose for my other name for 9/12. There's other possible answers for names for 9/12, but 3/4 would be the one in simplest terms. For question number 3, use your calculator to find the total. So I first needed to add up all the different amounts. So I know my $4 bills would be $4, 3/4 is 75 cents. When I had my 5 dimes, I had 50 cents. And when I had 7 nickels, I had 35 cents. Then when I used my calculator to add up all 4 of those amounts, I got a total of $5.60. If you had something different, I want you to double check one more time to see where you maybe went wrong. For question number 4, when I was given my in for my nickels, I need to divide by 5. When I was given my quarters, my out, I needed to multiply by 5. So when I had 3 times 5 would give me 15. When I had 4 quarters, 4 times 5 would get me to 20. This one we did together, but if I have 30, I would divide that by 5 to get 6. If I have 10 quarters, 10 times 5 would get me to 50. And 20 quarters, 20 times 5 would get me to 100. If I know that 1 year is equal to 12 months, then 2 years is 24 months because 12 plus 12 is equal to 24. Then 24 plus 12 is 36. So 36 months is the same as 3 years. 36 plus 12 is 48. 48 months is equal to 4 years. For the last question, number 6, you have 18 pieces of gum to share equally. If each child gets 4 pieces, how many children are sharing? So I divided my 18 pieces between 4 children. I noticed that each of the children can get 4 pieces, which 4 times 4 is 16, giving me 2 pieces left over. So 4 children and 2 pieces of gum left over. One more time, double check, make sure you have this page correct, and if you have any mistakes, fix those with your pencil and eraser. The next thing we'll do is we'll put our math journal to the side and take out our notebook or whiteboard and marker if available to write down our answers from the next slides. If the speed is too fast, please pause as often as needed. Write the following digits in your notebook using the directions given. Press pause to solve and then play to hear the answer. So if I'm looking at the first question, I need to put a 1 in the hundreds place. I like to put my 3 dashes on the side, and that helps me know where to put each of the numbers. Then I put a 9 in the tens place and an 8 in the ones place. If you have yours ready, keep listening. If you need more time, press pause. Your number should match mine, giving me the number of 198. Let's try another one. This time, again, if you can line up your 3 dashes, put a 3 in the hundreds place, a 0 in the tens place, and a 4 in the ones place. If you need more time, press pause. If you're ready, your number should match mine. A 3 in the hundreds, a 0 in the tens, a 4 in the ones, giving me the number 304. You can put 4 lines this time because we're going to have one in the thousands. And notice how I snuck my little comma in there too. So this time put a 1 in the thousands place, a 0 in the hundreds, a 1 in the tens place, and a 0 in the ones place. And when you're ready, your number should look like this, 1010, giving us the number of 1010. We're going to practice a few more. This time, put a 9 in the thousands place, a 0 in the hundreds place, a 1 in the tens place, and a 3 in the ones place. If you need more time, press pause. But if you're ready, your number should look like this, giving you 9,013. For this next one, we're going to add another dash. So we should have 5 lines. And notice how after the second one, I have my comma. So put a 1 in the 10,000s place, a 0 in the thousands place, 2 in the hundreds place, 1 in the tens place, and a 3 in the ones place. If you need more time, press pause. Otherwise, your number should look like this. Notice how I have my 1 in my 10,000s place, my 0 in my thousands place, 2 in the hundreds place, 1 in the tens place, and my 3 in the ones place, giving me the number 10,213. We're going to practice one more like this. This will be our last one. Again, if you can make your 5 lines and put a 1 in the 10,000s place, a 1 in the thousands place, 8 in the hundreds place, 7 in the tens place, and a 4 in the ones place. Press pause if you need more time. But our final number we should have 11,874. If you want more practice with this, boys and girls, you can make more lines and have other digits to add into it. The next thing we're going to talk about is how much change would I get back. So I want you to record your change in your notebook, and we're going to try to use the fewest amounts of coins and bills. So if I bought an orange for 62 cents and I paid with $1, how much change would I get back? I want you to press pause and then play when you're ready to hear the answer. So if I had 62 cents, so I'm going to start at 62. I'm going to add my pennies, so I'm at 63, 64, 65. Now normally I would add a nickel next, but what I notice if I'm at 65 and I add a dime, then I get to 75. From 75, if I add a quarter, then I would get to my dollar. So the change that I would get back would be 38 cents. This time I bought a bag of grapes for $3.23. I paid with $5. How much change would I get back? Press pause and then play when you're ready to hear the answer. So if I'm at $3.23 and I add 2 pennies, then I'm at $3.25. Then I know from 25 I can start adding quarters. So another 25 would get me to 50, another 25, 75, and then my third quarter would get me to $1. So this amount of change would put me at $4. Then adding one more dollar would get me to $5. So the amount of change that I would have back would be $1.77. Boys and girls, if you want more practice with this, you can make up more problems on your own before moving on. Estimate the total value to the nearest 10 cents. So if we have 17 cents plus $2.81, I want you to, again, round these. Round these to the nearest 10 cents and then tell me what your total would be. Press pause and then play when you're ready to hear the answer. I would round 17 cents to 20 cents. I would round $2.81 to $2.80. $2.80 plus 20 more cents would give me a total of $3. Let's try one more like that. This time, round $2.54 plus $1.29. Again, round both of these to the nearest 10 cents. Press pause and then play when you're ready to hear the answer. I know that if I had 54, that's going to keep that 50 the same. So my $2.54 would round to $2.50. But if I have a 9, that 9 is going to move it up. So my $1.29 would round to $1.30. $2.50 plus $1.30 would round to $3.80. Again, if you want more practice, you can make up some problems before moving on. Boys and girls, if I have 5 students and they shared 15 pencils, how many pencils does each student get? I want you to pause and then hit play when you're ready to hear the answer. The first thing I need to decide is what my number model will be. What am I trying to solve? So if I have 15 pencils, I'm actually dividing by 5. Now, if I'm having a little bit of trouble with dividing, I can also make an array or think about it in a term of a picture. So again, if I have 15 as my whole, and I want to divide these into 5 equal groups, well, notice how many are in each group. If you said 3, you are correct. The answer would be that each student would get 3 pencils. Let's try one more. This time I have 6 chairs and there's 4 legs per chair. How many legs in all? Press pause and then play when you're ready to hear the answer. The first thing I want to do again is figure out my number model. So this time I'm multiplying. I'm taking 6 times 4. Well, if I'm unsure about multiplying, I could do this a couple different ways. I can do some repeated addition. So adding my 6's 4 different times. I could also think about it in terms of an array or think about it as a 6 by 4. So how many total do you see? If you said 24, you are correct. You would have 24 legs. All right, boys and girls, that's all for the review. I'll see you next time.